Take a look at this, 50% off estate sale items. I went on Friday, the first day, picked up a few items. I showed you that in the last video. And this is all the stuff, well, most of the stuff that I picked up on Sunday, which was 50% off. But honestly, I probably got the stuff for more than 50% off, but we'll use that kind of as a guideline. I got a lot of stuff. Let's try to get through it. I picked up a box of these, had $5 on the box, so let's say $2.50 for a dozen of these beaded Christmas ornaments, still in the plastic. I got 12 of those for $2.50, and I've seen these listed anywhere from $15 to $20 a piece, which is kind of ridiculous, but I'll probably just lot them up into one big lot or maybe two smaller lots of 6 and do $25, $30 for those and put them with the rest of the Christmas. Got this little Christmas tea light holder. It's kind of a stained glass angel. Has a cool little clover on there. So that was $1. They had a whole bunch of larger ones on these Gans, but I decided to pass on those just because I didn't want to ship them, and it wasn't worth it to, for the price and the profit wasn't worth it. But I did pick this one up for $1. Picked these up. These are little stackable ashtrays. Got a little porcelain holder. Got 3 ashtrays on there, so you can kind of give everybody an ashtray. You can use it for like little trinket holders or whatever, but for $3, I like those a lot, so I picked those up. Got some Mrs. Day's Ideal baby shoes, so some infant baby shoes. Had $8 on there, so let's say $4. Probably paid too much for them, but they look brand new and they're vintage, and they still had the paperwork down there at the bottom. So I think the paperwork was going for like $12, $15 just for the advertisement. But real good shape, got the original box. So again, I'm happy with that. I like to have this is kind of what my store is all about, is this kind of this cool vintage stuff, Real nice photo frame ornament, real heavy duty, kind of like enamel. I got the new in the box. Probably paid, I don't know, $1 or $2 for that. But again, I like the new in the Christmas, especially new in the box. Picked that up. Picked this up. Has a price tag on there for $10, so let's say $5. And this is 40 Shades of Green, Irish Dresden, Ireland. Saw these comped all the way up to $100, but most of them, similar to this, were selling $50 to $60. So $5 into 50 or 60. Be a more difficult ship, but it's a pretty good profit margin on that. So this is Irish Dresden. So look for that, because a lot of that stuff had really good comps on that. So it's another name to look out for. JVC remote control for a music system. They probably only charged me $1 for this. I did check the battery compartment. Battery compartment looks good. I will need to test it, but $1 into 20. Pretty good, so I always look for remotes. Pick these up. Yashica camera lenses. Got 2 lenses in there and a strap. Brand new in the plastic and in the case. So a couple dollars. That's probably $25, $30, depending on the lenses. I'll have to do more research, but brand new camera lenses. I've done real good with camera lenses in the past, so I decided to pick those up. They did, on the first day, they had a bunch of Department 56, houses and homes. I didn't pick any up. I said I'll pick them up on Sunday for 50% off, but they were all sold out. But I did pick up these cobblestones, mats. These go in front of the buildings to kind of make your own little scenery, and you can cut them. So I got the cobblestones and some brick, and these are all pre-cut. So I'll just throw it all in a big lot for $20, and somebody can kind of add to their Department 56. Picked up one album. I've only recently started picking up albums. I'm trying to get them together, and once I get enough, then I'll buy all the packaging, the specific packaging for albums. This one I'm listening to right now, and there's like a little bit of that kind of like snap, crackle, pop going on, so I don't know if that's the album or just the needle on my player. But this, I think, costs about $25, depending on the condition. But it's Walt Disney's Fantasia. This is from 1970, copyright 5770. But that's really the only one that I had that they had that I thought would be worth picking up. This is probably my best pickup right here. I got 16 of these. I'm only showing you 2, but I got a whole box of them. that were still left, 50% off. So that'd be $1.50, but I said, hey, make me a deal if I buy all these. I got them for $1 a piece. So I got 16 of these. A couple of them, like that one has like a little damage, but most of them are in real good shape. But anyways, I've been seeing some videos on these winking eye Santas, and these are just blowing up on eBay right now. So I've seen these sell upwards of $50 for one of these guys. So I got 16 of them, $1 a piece. I'll probably do $1 into 25, or I'll do like 2 for 40 or something like that. But I got enough to make some sets of 2 or some sets of 4. But there's different versions. Apparently this version that I have is pretty good. You know, they're older, vintage. You put those numbers in there and they tell you exactly what you're looking at. But you're looking at, I don't know, at least $25 for one vintage winking Santa mug. So keep an eye out. That's your BOLO right there. Some of these will get a little damaged, but still $1 into $20 a piece minimum. So I got 16 of those, and I love Christmas, doing Christmas items. So that's my best pickup right there. Winking Eye Santa mugs. On the last day of the estate sale, they still had 16 of them left. And I picked up all of them for $1, for like $15 for 16 of them. That was the deal that they gave me. Picked up this little pin, some kind of naval pin. They probably didn't charge much for that, but you're looking at $15 for that. I don't think it's silver or gold or anything. Another little Christmas set. I have the box for this, but just a vintage little ceramic set. Got Santa Claus and a little family of 4. So I got the box, so that'll be real cool. Another more vintage Christmas. And speaking of vintage Christmas, look at this. I found this in the kitchen. Again, this is on the last day. This is like a Christmas apron. 1979 Unibrock. And it's got like little gnomes, Christmas tree and gnomes on there. This is the kind of stuff that I like selling right here. And this is like nothing to ship, you know. You can cross list this, you know, all day because it ships real light. And this, you know, will go real good on Poshmark and even Mercari. But yeah, I was looking at the comps on these, and you're looking at $25, $30 for this. People are looking for this brand and this print on there. So real nice pickup, a nice vintage Christmas apron. Again, that's really the kind of stuff I want in my store. Speaking of stuff I want in my store, look at this. These were had a tag of $5 a piece on there. So look at 50% off, $2.50. So $5 for 2 of these. The reason I picked them up is because back here it says sterling. So I did some comps. Sure enough, these are sterling silver handles with wooden. And you're looking at, what we do, $5 for both of these into probably 25, 30, just because this one's got a little bit more wear on there. But sterling silver handles and kind of some vintage, you know, kitchen decor. So that was a nice pickup. And again, that's real cool stuff that I like to have. Some cassette tapes. I mean, why not? I was trying to pick up as much stuff as I could. I think these 90-minute ones are a little bit better. So, you know, I don't know. You're looking at maybe $10. Put them all together, maybe get $15 out of them. But pick up some cassette tapes. And you can throw those in with, you know, if you get like a Sony Walkman or a boombox or something, you can throw these in as little bonuses to sweeten the deal. So if you're only paying, you know, a quarter or 50 cents for them, go ahead and pick those up. What else I got? I got this thing. Dresden again. Just had it because it had a bunch of print on the bottom. But just a real cool piece. Little egg cup. You know, you picked it up for $1 and that's worth, you know, $9, $10. I like it, you know, having it in my store on display. So worth a chance. I had to pick these up because one of these things on the back right here, I know it's hard to see, but it says sterling 925. So I was like, well, I'm not going to leave silver sitting around. So I picked up 2 of those little, what are those, like olive forks or something like that. So I got 2 of those. Sterling silver. I had to do some more research on that. Let's move some stuff away. I picked this up. I debated this for the longest time because it's damaged. Has a crack, has a chip right there and a crack right here. But the flow blue on this was just so beautiful. I was like, I got to pick it up. And if nobody wants it, I'll just keep it in the store. But, you know, pick it up for a couple dollars. And if I get $12, $15, then I'll be happy. And if nobody wants it, I'll still be happy because I think it's just a great piece. I love that flow blue. I just wish it didn't have that chip and that crack in there, but you know, it's worth it for $1, so I picked that up. Oh, what else we got? Some kind of Hallmark ornament, moves and plays music or something. Another little Christmas thing, a little plastic church. I thought this might be a little bit better, but that's like $10, you know, for resale. But still, I like my Christmas, and it's lightweight, easy to ship. And then speaking of Christmas, the only thing they really had left from that Department 56, I picked these up because they say Lefton on there, 1987. So you get two of them for $10, $12 that people can add to their little Christmas scenery that they have. But this one, look at this. Picked this guy up and did some comps on it yesterday. Reason I picked this up, inside there, I don't know if you can see that, it says Fenton. It's a Fenton, handmade in USA. But man, I saw some of these going like this, some of them similar, like going for $100. But again, I think most of them were selling probably closer to $60. But what's that say? Fenton glass Christmas tree with a little gold angel on top. So they probably charged me like $1 for that. Maybe I would say $2 at the absolute most. But we're looking at $50, $60 for that piece. So I'm real happy with that. I didn't see no damage with it. So that was a nice pickup for that Christmas tree. So real happy with that. And then the last thing, I got more stuff. Picked this Christmas thing up, Poinsettia Santa. It was brand new in the package. I was like, I have a real weak spot for Christmas, so I picked it up. It's going to be tough to ship. It's maybe $20. So it's not going to be my favorite listing, but I just thought it was real cool. A lot of detail in the face on that. And then the last thing I did, the second to the last thing, was this Jasperware, called Wedgwood. So they had some Wedgwood. I made a deal on everything that was left. So everything that you see, I got I got 3 smaller pieces. The little pitchers and then the cup. They had $7 on them. Again, this was 50% off there. So I got those 3 cups. That would be $21 is what they were asking for originally on that. This piece has some damage, but they were asking $50 on this with the lid. A little bit dirty, got some wear. This one does have a crack in it, just FYI. I did check that. And then this bowl does not seem to have any damage, or very minimal damage. Just has a little bit of wear and dirt on it. They wanted $45 on that one. So that, and then this thing, this is like a cake or cheese board cover or something real big and heavy. Wedgwood, they wanted $100 on there. So I made them a deal. I was like, what's the deal on the Wedgwood? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces. I got all 6 pieces for $50. You let me know if that was a good deal or not. Again, there's a little bit of wear and some cracks on this. But I think overall, I should do pretty well on this Wedgwood. So $50 for these 3 big pieces and these 3 smaller pieces. I'll probably be able to get my money back, plus more with just the bowl, and everything else will be profit, And I got more than enough bubble wrap. This was the last thing I bought. Magnavox Odyssey, 1972 model ITL 200. Brand new in the box. Has the outer box on there. It was there on the last day. They were asking $285. Before I left, I made them an offer, and I bought this for $127. Let me know in the comments if that was a good deal or not. I'll probably make a separate video on that where I take it out of the box and show you all the parts. I did take it out and look at it before I bought it. It looks like everything's there. Everything's really cool. 1972 video game system, Magnavox Odyssey. So really, let me know. It's $127. It looks like it can go anywhere up to $600 in this condition. So I think we'll do all right. But that's all the stuff that I got. I got to start listing this and getting it ready. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.